Hello, everybody. Welcome to Tidus Talk, episode 28, featuring special guest Shanderson. How's it going, Shanderson?
Pretty good. Having a good night.
Great to hear. Is there anything you'd like me to call you besides Shanderson, or is Shanderson okay? Or
Shanderson's fine. It's usually either Shan or Shanderson. Whichever.
Okay. But for anybody who hasn't joined us here before, I did this podcast series is something I do where I interview other content creators from Twitch, YouTube, or wherever. We get to know them a little better, get to talk about a topic of their choosing, and then gaming news. So it's a good time. So what I usually like to start with is how I was introduced to you. I'm almost fairly certain that would have had to have been through Thor.
Yes.
But I don't remember if it was through a raid or you being in her chat. I don't remember the specifics.
I think it was us just both being in Thor's chat at the same time.
It actually probably would have had to been because she doesn't stream early enough to raid you. So
yeah,
that's true. And then I also like to say what I like about your stream. So you are always very upbeat and positive, but you don't take crap from anybody, which is awesome. And your community is really, a lot of good people. They're here in the chat now for those live here on Twitch. And they're all great people. And it's no matter what you're playing, whether it's The Sims or I'm trying to remember something else you play. I know The Sims. That's the one big thing.
I'm doing lots of Minecraft lately.
Okay. And I mean, it really doesn't matter. It's always just a good time to watch when I get the chance. So for anybody who doesn't know who you are, tell us a little about yourself.
I am Shanderson. My husband's Manderson. He's here somewhere. It's always funny because we'll be in a chat together and people are like, hey, do you know each other? Nope. No idea who that is.
Random coincidence.
Random coincidence. But yeah, I stream Monday through Friday, usually 9:30 when I'm on time, Eastern to 11:30 Eastern. And we just have fun and a goofy time. That's pretty much it.
Good to hear. So before we move on, I'd like to let everybody know, for anybody live here on Twitch, you do have a chance to win a gift sub to Shanderson's channel. If you've got one or not, doesn't matter. My usual method isn't working right now, so we'll figure out another method at the end. So if you are interested, just put exclamation point raffle in the chat, and I'll make sure that you guys are entered in your chance to get that gift sub. Just as a thank you for having Shanderson join me today. So we will go ahead, and I forgot to change my topic. Why is the mouse doing this? No. There we go. That was the introduction. So we'll start with the standard questions. How long have you been gaming? Is it a lifelong thing? Did you get into it a little older?
So I'm trying to think. It's pretty much been lifelong. I remember playing Sonic with my mom. Gosh, I don't even remember when, at 5 years old, probably. And then we pretty much had every system after that. We had the Sega, the Nintendo, the N64, the GameCube, PlayStation, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's pretty much been a lifelong, but PC gaming, we didn't start until, I think it's been about 3 years now since we really got into it, as opposed to like playing once in a while.
Is there a specific game that brought you into PC gaming?
Sims, because trying to do Sims on console is a pain. Yeah, Sims and Warframe, actually.
Okay.
Yeah. Those were my big games when I started on PC.
I didn't know you did any Warframe, honestly.
I love I have a Warframe tattoo, yes.
Oh.
I love it.
What are some of your favorite games and genres of games?
Let's see. We'll go lifelong favorite game, all-time favorite game, and I think a lot of it is just the nostalgia behind it. But Final Fantasy X.
Nice.
Which I've actually been replaying a lot lately. But trying to get my 9-year-old into it. So I think Final Fantasy X all time. Right now has been a lot of Minecraft because I keep going back to it over the years, and Dead by Daylight is my newest obsession. I love it.
Nice. Welcome to the Dead by Daylight community.
It's funny because on stream it's usually like Sims or Stardew Valley or Minecraft or real chill stuff, and then my late night games are Phasmophobia and Devour and DBD.
Very nice. I didn't know you played DVD either. And Final Fantasy
Yes.
X, I had no idea. That's where my username is derived from that game. So,
Yes, I figured. I love it.
so what are some of your fondest gaming memories?
Well, the Final Fantasy one, I remember all summer long. My brother and I would play Final Fantasy X and listen to Shaggy. I know it's so random, but that was one of my favorite summers growing up. Just hanging out and playing Final Fantasy. And then probably Guardian Con. Not sure if you know. Well, it's Gaming Community Expo now, but not really a gaming moment, but a gaming community moment. That was a good time. Just getting together with lots of other gamers and devs, and yeah, that was
That's
fun.
right. That's here in Florida, right?
Yes, it's in Orlando, so
Real close to me.
yeah. Well, this year it's in space. Next year it'll be back in Orlando.
What are upcoming games that you're looking forward to?
Pokemon Snap.
1 week from today.
I am so excited. I think I had it on, was it N64?
Yep.
Forever ago, and I heckin' loved it. So when I heard that was coming out, I was ecstatic. That's another one that brings back some good memories too. Of being little, yeah. So super excited about that. I'm trying to think if there's any other ones right now. I have so many games that I've been playing lately. I think that's the only one that I'm like super excited about.
Gotcha.
Pokemon Snap, really? Yes, really.
Yeah. By the way, anybody who's here live on Twitch, feel free to put questions or anything in the chat. If we want to point it out, we'll say your name and say the comment, so you can be a part of the conversation as well. What games are you currently playing on and off stream? You've already kind of gone through this.
A lot of on stream lately has been Minecraft because Sims crashes my PC for some reason. So trying to figure that out, but lots of Minecraft lately. It's funny how like I won't play it for a year and then I'll get back into it and get addicted again. So that's been the latest obsession. Last stream, yesterday morning, we were playing around with doing Twitch spawns in Minecraft. So certain things like follows that trigger in-game actions. So like now when you follow, it'll spawn one random item. Or a creeper or 25 cows or whatever, depending on. So that's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, Minecraft isn't my thing, but I've seen they do a lot of interesting stuff with that game, where the possibilities and the mods and everything are like crazy. She was exploding things.
I was exploding a lot of things. It was a fun time.
So how did you go about choosing your Twitch name?
So it's Manderson's fault.
Fault?
My husband. Yeah, it's because I'm not creative at all. So one time somebody was like, "Oh, I like your username. That's creative," and I was like, "Not really. My name is Shannon Anderson. It's not creative at all, actually."
But you've got that underscore.
Yeah, we've got the awesome underscore. But yeah, all Mandy's fault. He was M. Anderson at work because there was more than one Anderson, and it just became Manderson. So then when we all chose our gamer tags, I became Shanderson. Our son became Shanderson because he's Christian, and yeah, we all just kind of followed suit.
Hey, well, I mean, it is kind of cute with the whole family dynamic, though. At least you have that. So, what drew you to streaming?
Honestly, fundraising for St. Jude, Guardian Con, now Gaming Community Expo. After that, we came home from that, and I told Mandy, I want a PC. I want to do this. When I started streaming, my goal wasn't ever to get X amount of followers or subs or get partnered. My goal was to do amazing things for charity. So
That's awesome.
that's what got me into stream. And I watched other people do it, playing Sims and stuff, and I was like, I could do that. You know, I'm at home anyways, so I might as well make some friends while I'm at it, right?
You might as well.
Yeah.
Well, that's very cool. You don't hear a lot of people, they go into it for non-selfish reasons, but, I haven't heard of anybody doing it just because that's what they wanted to do. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah. And that's what we look forward to. every year.
What are some of the things you like most and least about streaming?
I'm trying to think of what I like least about it. Most would just be honestly interacting with people, especially with this last year and how crazy it's been and how secluded and cut off from civilization we have been. It's been nice to have a backbone in a community that is there every day and that I could talk to. I was telling Esper, one of my community members, yesterday that I talk to her more than I talk to my own family. And it's great knowing you have friends there. It's funny because I'm sure for a lot of people, it was a huge adjustment going to virtual and talking to people virtually. And for us, that's just it's kind of what we do. It's kind of normal.
Yes, yeah, that's true. It was a lot easier for us.
Yeah. Least favorite thing.
Yeah.
Would just probably be tech issues because I don't know what I'm doing.
I believe you mostly know what you're doing. Even you setting this up, you'll see at the beginning of this was a mess.
Yeah, it's a fun time. So when Sims crashes my PC and I'm like, well, see you later, guys, because I don't know.
How long have you been streaming?
Since I'm trying to think. So I first went live October 2018. But that was, I didn't have a set schedule. It was just onesie, twosie streams when I could. Mandy was deployed and it was just a whole thing. But January 2019 is when I started streaming on a regular schedule. And I think about 2 weeks after that, I made affiliate.
Nice.
And I've been trying to keep it pretty regular since then, but you know, life happens.
It does, especially with families.
Yeah.
All these young kids with no dependents.
Yeah, so it's been over 2 years now. Jeez, it's been a fun journey though.
Yeah, mine was August of that same year, so I wasn't too far before you. And you still got no. I affiliated in December of that year, so it took me a little bit. But anyway, who are some of your favorite streamers to watch?
Well, I always feel weird calling people out by name, but Dr. Lupo. We love Lupo. I'm wearing a Lupo shirt right now, of course. A lot of it, well, he's hilarious, and yeah, but he does a lot for St. Jude too, and it's amazing to see what he can do every year. But Sam, SEUM, Sam, she's a Twitch ambassador and a friend of mine, and she's just wholesome and amazing, and I love her so very much. But yeah, I wish I had more hours in the day for more streams. I have daily stuff, and then the kids get home from school, and we do dinner and homework and time for bed, and I am wiped out, and I wish I could just watch all my friends all the time.
I understand that completely. What are some of your goals and aspirations for the channel?
I mean, I've never really set goals just because I just kind of go with the flow. And as I grow, it's great. It's amazing. I love seeing my community grow, but I don't think I have any. I think my goal is honestly just for May, bigger and better than what we did last year.
Well, what was last year? What was the number from last year?
I think it was like 602 is what we raised for St. Jude last year. So honestly, that's the only goal that I really set for myself is meet that. And if we can do that, then I feel like I accomplished my goal for the year.
Cool. Is there any advice that you'd give streamers looking to grow their channel or, just getting started maybe?
Honestly, don't force it. Because it's not a good way to grow. I think people know when you're genuine and when you're trying to force things. And I mean, I know a lot of people rely on like follow for follow and things like that, but I feel like it doesn't create a genuine community that way.
Well, I completely agree. I am not a fan of follow for follow.
yeah, then your follower numbers are up, but
that doesn't mean anything. There's no interaction. There's no.
Yeah. And I'm one to talk, right? But sticking to a set schedule, even if it's twice a week, even if you are Tuesday nights and Thursday nights, and that's it. That's all you can do. Stick to that schedule. And yeah, then your community can rely on you and they'll know, okay, I will see you this day and this day. But yeah, that's been fun lately.
What are some of your interests and hobbies outside of gaming?
Cooking, for sure. I do a lot of cooking, a lot of experimenting in the kitchen.
Ooh.
Usually it turns out good. Not always, but usually it's pretty heckin' good.
Do your kids let you know when it's not?
Ryan will. Christian is too sweet. He'd be like, yeah, Mom, it's delicious. And then Ryan would be like, Mom, this is gross. I'm not eating that. No, thank you. But aside from that, I think just raising our little farm. We have right out my window here, we got all our chickens and my garden and all that. So
nice. What all animals do you have? Is it just chickens?
Mostly just the chickens, cats, and dogs. A couple dogs, a few cats, and 6 chickens right now. That's pretty much it. And then all the plants that I am desperately trying not to kill.
Yeah, we're making a garden area back here, and I don't think it'll go well, but, the little one wants to try, so.
Yeah, we're trying. Trying our hardest.
All right. Now, I had some other things here, so I just wanted to get your thoughts on, in general, streaming as a parent. How do you think that affects you as a streamer? Yeah.
Well, I think it definitely limits when you are able to stream, especially if you are a parent that also works. But I can only do it, for the most part, when they're in school, especially when Mandy is deployed. My only real opportunity is when they're at school, so summer's fun. But if you don't have kids, you can come home from work at 6 and then stream for the rest of the day if you want to. If you feel like sitting on Twitch until 10 o'clock at night, you are free to. And that's not really an option when you got little ones running around.
No.
Not only because not everyone wants to hear a screaming child, but obviously you got to take care of the kids. So it's fun. You definitely have to schedule around it, but you get used to it. And people just deal with my kids running in here and screaming like banshees once in a while.
Part of the charm.
Yeah, between the dogs and the kids running in, we just kind of ignore it. They just hang out in the back, and yeah, as long as they're wearing clothes, it's fine.
I mean, you say that almost jokingly, but I know for a fact that at some point in time when you've had kids, I'm sure they've just run into a room naked.
Yeah. Yeah, we say from experience, do not be in the office. I don't care if I'm streaming or not. You do not come in the office unless you are fully clothed, just in case.
So I was looking on your page. I saw you have a sponsorship with Rogue Energy.
Yes.
So how did that come about?
Well, they are pretty good about sponsoring anybody that wants to.
So did you reach out to them then?
Yes, I did. So Mandy is sponsored too. Me and him are both sponsored, so we both have code Shanderson and code Manderson, and I think it's heckin' delicious, and it doesn't have a lot of crap that some other drinks might have, which is nice for me because I get my caffeine without all the fake sugar and stuff. So, and as a mom of boys, I live on caffeine. So. Yeah.
It was just interesting. I didn't know, like, looking into somebody, you find out certain things that you're just curious about. So
yeah.
I also saw you're part of a stream team. Yes. Mad, I had to look up moms and dads. That's cool.
Yep, that is my friend Sam's stream team.
Lots of members. I clicked on that. There's a couple hundred, I think.
Yep, that is a stream team just for parents, and we have a Discord, and anyone's free to join it. But basically, we can chat in the Discord about the fun of streaming with kids and how to make a schedule and how to make it all work, and just be there and support each other, which is nice.
Yeah, that's very cool. I didn't know the thing. I love the logo too.
Yep. Yeah, it's cute. I love it.
let's see. So you've got obviously Manderson, which we talked about. Is you but you? Did he start streaming before you or after you?
After me.
After you. So did
Yeah.
you streaming kind of influence him into it?
I'm waiting for his response, but I think so. I think he was like, "Hey, that looks fun. Let me try that."
Some people decide to stream as couples. The only time I do that is for Jackbox. Is there a reason you guys wanted to do your own thing versus like have one singular account?
Mainly just for scheduling purposes. He usually streams at night while I take care of the kids. So I stream during the day while the kids are at school, because if we both streamed at night, then the kids would be probably destroying the house or running around like crazy people. So it's easier for me to just be out there with them while he's in here doing his thing.
And then you mentioned on Twitter or in your description, a military spouse. How does that affect your streaming at all outside of when he's deployed? Obviously, does that make it difficult? Sorry.
Oh yeah, he said I was stationed overseas and wanted to still feel connected through gaming. Yeah, so he started streaming while he was deployed just to have a connection to back home. But it definitely has. I mean, just like you said, him being deployed and me being here by myself, especially like when the kids are on break or something, that makes it kind of difficult. But like when he was stationed in Bahrain and we lived over there with him, I had to change my schedule completely and take a short hiatus because streaming from the Middle East wasn't the best. So, especially because we were 8 hours different than everybody else. But aside from that, not really. We just kind of make it work. I think that's what being a military spouse has taught me. You just kind of go with the flow and make it work however you have to.
Very cool. All right. So with that, we are going to move on to the positives of gaming. This was your topic of choice that you wanted to bring out because there's a lot of negativity surrounding gaming, like to the general populace. If you ask some random person who doesn't game, it's like, oh, it rots your brain, or all that old stuff. So what did you want to talk about?
Well, what I always go back to an example of my mother-in-law was here and the boys were playing Jurassic World Evolution, building Jurassic World, basically. And she made a comment about that's the reason why people shoot up schools. That's the reason why people get violent. And I'm like, because of dinosaurs? That's the reason? That's what you think? And she always has comments about aggression and how it's all based on video games. Like, you realize I play The Sims, right? Like, all I do is build houses. I don't think that really has a correlation there. But if you do your research, it helps a lot with brain stimulation and hand-eye coordination and stress relief and all of these things people say it hurts, that it's going to rot your brain and ruin your eyes and all that. They have found it actually does the opposite. Playing correctly, not 10 hours a day, can improve eyesight, it can improve brain stimulation, it can improve hand-eye coordination and dexterity. And just being with friends gaming helps a lot with mood and stress relief, which I feel like is the opposite of what a lot of people not in the gaming world assume. Yeah. And it always bugs me, the stigma that comes with it.
Yeah, I mean, we all heard it growing up, and it's only been proved, like you said, otherwise since. So, yeah.
Or Ryan sorry to interrupt you,
No.
My 6-year-old was having a very difficult time reading. And I think a lot of that is just because he didn't want to. He didn't want to learn to read. We feel like we're murdering kids for fun, though, aside from that. But Ryan never really had a desire to read, and I've noticed with him playing certain games, it has helped a lot with his reading and problem solving, and he's reading like a champ now. And it sounds bad that I just put my kid on video games and that's how he learned to read, but it was something he actually cared about and was interested in. And he's made a lot of improvements lately.
Yeah, I mean, like, interest is what causes people to learn better. If you're bored of something, you're not going to learn. You give a kid a random book, who cares? But I want to read what's on the screen. you know.
When you sit him down and you're like, these are your flashcards, go over your sight words. He's like, no, thank you. I don't want to.
Thank you, Roblox.
Roblox, yeah, he's been doing a lot of Roblox lately. But just in the past year in general, I honestly don't know where my mental health would be if I didn't have the support system that I have found on Twitch. All of my best friends, honestly, are from Twitch, and I get a lot of heat from my family, like my fake internet friends. Well, I talk to them more than I talk to you, and they are there for me all the time. So I think it's definitely helped a lot of people mentally, just having our virtual friends.
Absolutely.
But not only from a personal standpoint, how gaming can help you mentally and physically, but the amazing things that it's done for charity. It's Esper, I'm not fake. We did meet. She is local too. But like St. Jude Play Live in GCX, in the past 5 years, they've raised over 10 million for St. Jude. Or Jack Up helps veterans that are dealing with issues. Able Gamers helps disabled people that want to get into the gaming world and have limitations. And I don't think a lot of people think about all the charity work that's done. Tiltify has, I don't even remember how many charities, but they have like hundreds of different charities on their website that you can support all through gaming. And I think that's amazing. And I feel like nobody ever talks about that side of gaming because it doesn't fit their agenda at the moment. But
yeah. Like keep your politics away from our games. Not politics being in games. That's different as opposed to using your politics to get ahead or whatever, and just bash video games because you think that's what will get you votes or whatever.
Yep.
So speaking of St. Jude, so you said you started with that? How did the process go with you connecting with them, and how does that work every year?
If you don't mind,
Is it the bot?
Excited, so I'm going to show you things. Here is, I can't see me. My St. Jude box full of goodies that I got from them, and I am so heckin' excited. So that has a bunch of incentives and crazy things that they make me do, like tattoos on my face and googly eyes glued to me, and Bean Boozled beans. They sent me a whole big box of Bean Boozled. So that's always a fun time. But yeah, basically you just go to the St. Jude Play Live website, and there's a big button to register, and you can register under another team, so you can join Team Shanderson, or you can start your own campaign completely, because they have prizes for different increments that you reach. But yeah, if anyone wants to start their own campaign, you are more than welcome to. So they make it super easy, and then all the donations are through Tiltify, which makes charity streams in general so much easier. But yeah, I'm excited because this year we have it, like I said, we have it integrated with Twitch spawns in Minecraft too. So when you donate on Tiltify, it'll do crazy things in my game, and you can try to kill me for fun.
We want to kill you, Shanderson.
I will. Aspirations says Shannon will go bald for 5K. Just saying, I will, absolutely. I will shave my entire head.
Okay, that's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money.
Do you want to talk about the details of like when and it starts May 3rd?
I think so. I'm glad you know. Yes, Monday, May 3rd, and then Monday, May 3rd is the kickoff. And then May 28th is our big finale stream. So I do it for an entire month. Okay, Asper, I wasn't sure if it was just me. Yeah, your voice was crackly there for a second.
How about now?
Oh, still crackling.
This happens on the rare occasion. I don't know why. I'll be back in a second.
Okay. But yeah, shameless plug while Tidus is away, because I will absolutely do shameless plugs for St. Jude. I would never do it for my own stream, but we do have some really cool raffle prizes this year.
Ooh, like what?
So one of them, I don't think I've shown anyone this yet, except for one person, but Nintendo Switch stuff. There's a super cool Mario case, and then it comes with all of the decals to put on your Switch in dock. And it comes with a little carrying case for your cards and whatnot, but that's one of our raffle prizes. Yes, voice is much better now.
Thank you.
And then, yeah, we got, I'm not going to show you all everything because it's got to be a surprise. Super cool color changing mug. It's Pac-Man, and when you put hot liquids in it, the ghosts chase you around, and I think that's amazing. So I'm super excited about that. But yeah, we'll have a bunch of cool raffle items, and then prizes, even just $1. For $1, you get a raffle entry, and you get to do crazy things to me in Minecraft. So I'm excited about that.
So is your team you and Manderson, or is it just you?
It's just me right now. He did his own last year. I don't know if he has set his up yet. St. Jude sent him stuff, but he's been busy with his actual job.
Man, who has work?
That? I know, right? Who does that?
But maybe in the future you can expand and get like a big team going.
Yes, I would absolutely love that. And also you can, yeah, he hasn't set anything up yet, but you can also be under a team leader, so you can be part of Team Shanderson and still get all your individual prizes too. So, sorry, I did have it right here. I'm not sure.
Esper says, I'll join.
Do it. You won't do it. You won't do it. Yeah, I think I put it in the box. But they have all the different prize levels, so if you raise like 100, you get the t-shirt and stuff, but so you can still get your individual prizes under Team Shanderson, which is pretty cool. And then I'll get prizes and you'll get prizes, and honestly, a lot of times I save the prizes to use as raffles for the next year. So yeah.
Is that what you have for this year?
We do have some St. Jude stuff this year that I am super excited about. I can't heckin' wait. Here, we're gonna dig into the box real quick.
Okay.
Because I'm super excited.
So
If I can...
while you're doing that, so why St. Jude? Is there any particular reason?
So our now 9-year-old, when he was 5, we found out had cancer. And that was a whole fun time in our lives. And then again at 6, he had to have surgery again. So his is caused by an autoimmune disease called mastocytosis, which he still has. And for some reason, it causes tumors called mastocytomas that they just need to remove every so often. So it sounds weird calling it the best of the worst, but luckily it's minimally invasive. But I know what we went through as a family with the small amount that we dealt with. We didn't have to pay for anything because with the military, everything's covered as far as health insurance. But if you look at his bills, just his 2 procedures cost about $500,000.
Oh, wow.
For all of his visits and treatments and surgeries and everything. Yeah. And I feel like that's the last thing you should be thinking about as a parent with a sick kid. You should never have to worry about, can I afford to save my child? Can we afford the treatment? And what's amazing about St. Jude is they bring you there, they pay for the transportation, they pay for the housing, they pay for your food every day, they pay for any and all treatment, any costs associated with it. Because the last thing they want you to worry about is, how can we afford this?
Right.
Having a sick kid, you have enough going on in your brain that's the last thing you want to think about. And I just think it's amazing that every donation goes to such a great cause. And yeah, we won't get into American healthcare and how ridiculous it is. But you shouldn't have to pay $500,000 to make your kid better.
No. But if you want Shanderson's 5-minute rant time, go ahead. Make that a monthly segment. Shanderson rants for 5 minutes.
Shanderson rants. I need to get it out once in a while. Yeah, and they share all their findings worldwide. A lot of for-profit hospitals will make their treatments that they develop exclusive. So I won't call them out by name, but my sister's hospital has exclusive proton therapy that you can't do anywhere else. So to get this new innovative treatment, you have to go to their hospital and you have to pay a substantial amount to do it. And St. Jude doesn't do that. They don't care if they have the exclusive treatments. They want to share it with the world. So when they find something innovative, they spread it like wildfire to make sure every hospital has access to it, because they're not for profit. That's not what they're in it for. They're in it to save kids.
Well, that is awesome. I'm definitely gonna have to look into it myself. I didn't know like the depth of everybody hears about St. Jude, but not necessarily all that they do.
Yeah.
So that's awesome.
And it's not just cancer. It's St. Jude was leading the way in like HIV research, which is amazing. They were one of the first ones to come up with a preliminary HIV treatment. Things like that. I think it was actually accidental. Like they were trying to figure out treatment for something else and happened to cure that along the way. So they've been developing that too, which is amazing. Even my son's hospital here in Florida had research from St. Jude. He had a surgeries at a hospital here called Wolfson's, and a lot of their information came from St. Jude. Because a lot of it's specialized too, because not many children in the world get mastocytosis. So these for-profit hospitals aren't going to put the money into the research because it's not profitable for them.
Right.
So St. Jude works with a lot of smaller diseases that nobody else is going to research because there's no money in it. And then spread all their findings, which is nice.
Yeah, that's amazing. I'm glad there's places like that exist.
Yeah. And it's international. It's kids all over the world. They will grab you from Argentina or Australia or wherever and bring you to St. Jude. And they're based in Tennessee.
Do they only have the one location, or are they spread out at all?
I think they have smaller locations in a lot of places, but their main big hospital that was founded by Danny Thomas is the founder of St. Jude. There's the main hospital is in Tennessee. I feel like that's where most of the kids go.
So is May, is that generally when they kind of push it, but it's a year-round thing, or is it just pretty much May?
Yeah, well, people like Dr. Lupo. He's amazing. His goal every year is to raise enough money to fund St. Jude for a day, which I believe is $2.6 million. So that's his goal. In 1 year, I think he did the last one in 1 day. He raised that much, which is absolutely insane to me.
It's ridiculous.
That's
in the best possible way.
Yeah, that's crazy. So you asked me what my goal would be. That's my goal, to get to that point. That would be amazing. But yeah, it's not cheap to run St. Jude. So, and that brings us back to all the good gaming can do. One person's community was able to run the entire hospital for a day, which is crazy to me. But yeah, so that's why I do what I do.
Well, that is awesome. It's good to get to know a lot more about that, because a lot of that I didn't know. There was a question that I was going to ask you back in the other questions that I forgot, and then I remembered, now I forgot again.
Sorry, a lot.
No, you're good. So for now, we will just... is there anything else you wanted to say about the topic? Anything specific to mention, or about the streams coming up, or anything?
No, I think that's pretty much it. May 3rd, you can start making me do ridiculous things, like kill me in game and make me eat Bean Boozled, which are absolutely disgusting, and I might puke, but it's fine.
They're not all disgusting, are they?
No, except yes.
No, except yes?
So they're not supposed to be. Wait, let me grab them. They're not supposed to be.
Because it's supposed to be like a crapshoot of which one you get, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be either or. So you could get like stink bug or toasted marshmallow. The problem is they're all in a box together. So when you get either stink bug or toasted marshmallow or rotten egg or buttered popcorn, you're not really sure which one it is, because they've all been in a box together for so long that they all kind of taste like dirty socks.
It's like all the flavors combined to make one crappy flavor.
They do, yeah. And what's the worst one? I think dead fish is the one that made me gag last year. Stink bug and dead fish are absolutely disgusting. But they all smell pretty bad, not gonna lie. Yeah, that's a fun time. The things we do for charity, right? Or make me eat super spicy ghost pepper chips and glue googly eyes to my face. I'm super excited about it. I hope people make me look absolutely ridiculous. That's my favorite.
All right, so we can move on to gaming news. So I didn't know if you had brought anything that you wanted to discuss. I do have a list here. So I will try to kind of like bust through the list. We can talk about anything specific in depth, or just like let it flow through the list. So first I had, and this is all stuff basically within the last month since the last podcast. I go back to that date and then see what's happened.
Okay.
So DVD, we've had the K-pop chapter come out with the new Killer and Survivor.
Yeah, that guy's fun. He keeps throwing crap at me.
Yes, he does. I think he gets 60 of those things, and
Yeah, what the heck?
and then if he hits you, I think with 8, you get damage state, and then
Yeah.
I don't even know what happens after that.
Honestly, though, when you load up DVD, the K-pop music is a bop.
Oh, and the little like anime video that comes out.
Yeah, it's a fun time. I don't mind that killer. I think my least favorite one, oh god, what is she called? Is it the Wraith? I don't remember.
So that's probably either you got
Or Spirit?
Spirit, the one who disappears and then pops up. She's blue. She's got the
Yeah, that one. I hate her.
Why do you hate her?
I don't know why. She just creeps me out so bad.
She's got all that like cracking and stuff going on.
Yeah, she like glitches too. She's like, oh, I hate it. It's awful. The one other thing that I am so mad about with DVD, I've told everyone, Jane. You know the character Jane?
Vaguely, yes.
I love her. They just came out with all new outfits. She is a thick girl.
Okay, yeah. I know the one who you're talking about.
I love it. She breathes so heavy.
They got her breathing heavier than everybody else's?
You can hear her like halfway across the map. So my friend was playing her and she kept dying every time because you can hear her breathing. And I'm like, really? Y'all did that to the thick girl?
I did not know that. That's horrible.
Yeah, if you play with a Jane, listen for it. She sounds like she's having an asthma attack and she's like gasping for air. Even while she's not even moving, she's like, I hate it. But I love the character. She's an amazing character.
And then you have the Resident Evil chapter has been teased. I'm interested in who they're going to pick for that.
Yeah, I heard about it. I haven't actually seen any. Yeah.
They really haven't shown much. They showed the Umbrella logo. I think that's about it. It's May 23rd or something, I think, is when they said there's going to be an announcement.
Oh, I'm excited.
So, yes, as long as somebody said they think it'll be like the Licker being a killer, I don't think they could do that. I don't know how they would do that. It needs to be either Mr. X or Nemesis, or Albert Wesker is the only other one I can think of that would fall into the category.
Yeah, I think I've seen some fan theories about it, but nothing concrete yet. But I'm excited to see it.
Yeah. I don't know if you ever played Maneater, the Shark PG.
No.
Or if you've ever even heard of it at this point.
I've heard of it.
But it was a really fun game. It was free on PlayStation Plus, so I got to play it. But they've got DLC coming out this summer.
I would say, I thought we got it free at some point.
If you have PlayStation Plus, you would have got it free. Otherwise, I'm not sure where else you would have gotten it. But
yeah, we have PlayStation Plus. That's probably where I saw it.
But yeah, really a fun game. It's not very long. You literally play as a shark and eat your way into becoming an apex predator. There is a story to it actually too, where you're avenging your mother basically. And this DLC looks to be extra ridiculous. What's his name? Chris Parnell from Saturday Night Live is kind of like a narrator on it, and he's hilarious.
Oh, that's awesome.
So there's that. MLB The Show 21. I'm only bringing this up because it's interesting that it's made by PlayStation. I think it's Sony San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to be on Xbox for the first time this year.
Oh, is it? Oh, I thought it was a PlayStation exclusive.
Well, it was up until this year.
Up until this point?
I guess they said it was MLB's decision that if they wanted to keep making the game, they had to put it on other consoles. So Xbox is getting it. Not only it's getting the same day as PlayStation, and it's going to be on Game Pass. So it's going to be free for anybody on Xbox who has Game Pass. So it's just interesting.
Yeah, that's actually. Manderson said, "Wait, what?" That's what we usually do for his birthday every year because he's a huge MLB fan, and it usually comes out around his birthday. Yeah. So that's generally what I do for his birthday. He gets MLB The Show, and it's always been PlayStation exclusive. But
right.
I feel like the last few years we haven't done it though because it's kind of like the same thing over and over and over. Which I mean that's like every sports video game, but yeah.
But it's just interesting how things are going. Like we've got Xbox games that have come to Switch, like Ori and Cuphead and stuff like that. And then now you got PlayStation games. There's more crossover than ever before. And I hope it continues, honestly.
Now we just got to get some Nintendo exclusives on other platforms.
Right? And they're the least likely ones to share, though, because that's their bread and butter.
Yeah, understandably, but that'd be nice.
Oh, it would be. I'd love to have, like, Mario trophies on my PlayStation.
Heck yeah.
There was a Xbox update for Quick Resume. I brought this up because I'm kind of mad PlayStation doesn't have PS5 doesn't have Quick Resume. Xbox, it's the one feature from Xbox I'm jealous about. I don't know. Do you know about Quick Resume?
No, I don't.
So I think it's up to 4 games you can have on Xbox. You can swap pretty much instantaneously between, like mid-game. Like you could be like in the middle of a pitch in MLB.
You don't have to close the application and then switch over?
Nope, it puts it kind of like in a pause state. Like I said, you could be in the middle of a pitch, like in the middle, switch over to control and shoot stuff up and then switch back. Up to 4 different games you can switch between and you'll be exactly where you left off.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
It's awesome. PlayStation, they have a feature that they call, it's something similar. It's not Quick Resume though, where you can have a second game and you can pull it up, but you're loading the game up again basically.
Yeah.
So it's not nearly the same, and I'm just like, oh, I wish I had that so bad.
Yeah. What the heck? Yeah, my 9-year-old, I think he gets so annoyed because he has to like close the application and then reload one and then go back to So that would make things so much easier. It would.
It's so nice. And again, the one thing I'm jealous of for Xbox. I'll skip that one. So Super Mario, the world record for I think the most expensive video game sold was recent with Super Mario NES sealed copy, $660,000.
Oh.
Makes me wish I had a copy that I never opened.
What the heck? That's crazy.
Manderson says, would you actually use it? I would actually use it, yes. There's when I stream at night lately, I've been going between games, and it would be nice just to be like, oh, and for multiplayer games, I could literally have a multiplayer night where I'm switching back and forth between 3 different games without having to, close it out, load it up. So yes, I would use it. But yeah, $660,000.
That's holy goodness.
I know. I wish I had a time machine.
Yeah, right?
Spend $50 on a Nintendo game and come back for $660,000.
Yeah.
Same with Pokemon cards though right now.
Dude, I've thrown out so many Pokemon cards in my time that I want to cry about.
Yeah, you see, like I think first edition Charizard PSA 10, I think it's over $200,000 sold for recently, and it's just.
Don't even tell me that. I used to have giant binders of Pokemon cards growing up, and I could not, for the life of me, tell you what happened to them. And I just think about the money in that binder.
Yep. I had a binder of a lot of old stuff, and then I went off to college, and I sold the binder for like $140. I was like, I can't imagine what that's worth right now.
Yeah, it still hurts to think about.
So Build-A-Bear had Animal Crossing crossover.
I saw that. Not happy about it though.
No, I know a lot of people are just like, it's just them because it's just Isabelle and Tom Nook right now.
Yeah, what the heck? Nobody even likes Tom Nook.
Tom Nook is an interesting choice. I don't know why. I can understand being limited and expanding, or maybe they're being limited and seeing how popular it is before they expand. But Tom Nook is not a good choice.
Tom Nook, yeah, like
It's just about anybody else you could have done. Celeste, my wife said Celeste would have been a really good choice.
I was gonna say Celeste or why is my mind blanking? Museum.
Blathers.
Blathers. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Or even
Celeste
Timmy and
Blathers.
Tommy. Like you could have gone with
that would be
the
adorable.
little ones, but Tom Nook is just sitting there looking like he's tired, taking everybody's bells.
He looks high and he's just, yeah, I don't.
We already said Pokemon Snap comes out next Friday, so anybody who's
Yes.
interested in that'll be there. I will be
Don't
getting
tell
it
my
as well.
I'm excited, but
Esper says Sahara and Gulliver would be
or Gulliver, yeah.
Gulliver.
That'd
Yeah,
be
Gulliver.
awesome.
That'd be, yeah, or an optional costume for Gulliver for Gulliver.
I've seen people, they kind of think they know who we are going to get for the Animal Crossing Build-A-Bear, because if you search Animal Crossing and then a character's name in the search bar on the Build-A-Bear website, you get different results. You get a 404 if it's not one that they think they're going to have in the future. But if you do like Marshall, it told you something like this page isn't ready yet.
Oh, interesting.
So people have been looking through at their favorite characters and trying to figure out which one gives you a redirect and which one gives you this isn't ready yet or come back soon. So people have their theories. Whether or not it's accurate is yet to be seen. But I would love to see some variation.
Esper says she's trying it right now.
Now, I don't remember exactly what it tells you, but there's 2 different pages that you can get based on who you search. And I'm sure you can Google the article about it. I've got a random article on my phone about it. That's the only reason why I know.
Let's see. The new Switch Lite color, blue. So for anybody who's looking for a Switch Lite, there's a new color for you.
Ooh.
Are you looking that up right now?
Yep, sure.
So it's a nice shade of blue, I think. Though they need to fix the Joy-Con issue. That needs to be like the #1 priority.
Yeah, Mandy had to get me a Pro Controller because my Joy-Cons, when I try to walk in Animal Crossing, I look drunk and I'm just kind of veering off and stumbling.
Yep.
I can't even walk in a straight line.
My left Joy-Con went a couple months ago, and now my right Joy-Con's starting to do it. And that doesn't help for games like Pokemon Go or Let's Go, where you can't use a Pro Controller.
Oh, yeah.
So that's fun. So fix it before you start bringing out these new Switches.
Yeah, right? Can we fix the current issues before we...
And it's my understanding that the lights get it too, and you can't detach those.
Yeah, that would...
You can use other Joy-Cons, but they would have to be detached, so it's like,
Did it take you... Oh, sorry, Esper said, I typed in Animal Crossing Marshall and it took me to a coming soon page.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so... Based on
Marshall's like a squirrel or something, right? Or is that a bear?
Marshall is a little cream-colored squirrel. Yeah, he's a squirrel. You think I would know? I have him on my island. I just can't think for the life of me tonight. So.
All right. Just close to a month ago, Sony announced that the PS3, PSP, and Vita stores, the online stores, were all going to be closing.
I saw that.
But they reversed their decision on the PS3 and the Vita stores. Those are going to stay online. The PSP store is still going to go. I think it's early June or early July.
Okay.
So if you need some PSP games that you never got, now's the time.
Yeah. Granted, I haven't seen a PSP in a minute, but still,
I haven't either.
Sucks for someone, probably.
For one person out there, they're crying.
Yeah, right?
But I'm glad they're keeping the Vita store specifically. I think was brought people to surprise, because I know some companies that just recently actually bought a Vita kit so they could make games like a couple months ago, and so they were like, "What's going on? You guys sold us this thing, and now you're shutting down the store."
Oh yeah, I'm sure they were not happy about it.
But
you're gonna sell their kit and then close down right after. Okay.
So games are still being made for both. So I think it's good that they're keeping it on. It also keeps the games alive, catalog games.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ratchet and Clank got a update for PS5. So the PS4 version you can play on PS5, but there's a PS5 patch to run it if it's 60 frames a second. I need to go back and play it just because the new one is what I'm really excited for. If you ask me what game I'm really excited for coming out, I'm going to play Snap, but Ratchet and Clank, the new one, is where it's going to be at for me.
Yeah, we still don't have a PlayStation 5. We will maybe eventually get
Is that
one, but
by choice or is it because you can't find one?
Because being a homeowner is stupid. And things break and yeah.
No, I get you completely.
It's been fun.
Hey, Alto girl, how's it going?
So we just dumped a bunch of money into the house, and a PlayStation 5 was definitely backburnered at that point.
I understand. We've got water coming up in our laundry room. I thought it was coming from the washing machine, but I think it's coming up from the under the floorboards.
That's not good.
No. So
there's always something.
There really is.
Being an adult sucks sometimes.
Yes.
I just want to play video games. Come on.
That's all. PlayStation Plus this month: Oddworld, Soulstorm, Days Gone, and Zombie Army 4. So a decent selection there. Days Gone is. I guess I wasn't thinking about it. Days Gone, I was confused on why they would do that because on PS5 it's part of the PlayStation Plus collection, so it was already free on PlayStation Plus. But I forgot, not everybody has a PS5, so you have a PS4. Days Gone is now free too. Or the bigger news of all that, if I don't know if you know about the Play at Home initiative. They did it last year and they're doing it this year where Sony's just like, here, have some free games, and it's for anybody. You don't have to have PlayStation Plus or online or now or anything. They started with Ratchet and Clank, then did a whole bunch of mid-tier games. The final one went live a couple days ago, Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition. So if you guys don't own that already, you don't have to don't even have to log onto your PlayStation. Go to the website, log in there, and just redeem it. Redeem your free copy, and you'll have it for whenever.
Nice.
Yes, and
I'm trying to remember which one Christian was playing. We have one of them, but
one of the what?
No. I think he has Horizon Zero Dawn. No, I don't remember. Or maybe I think they just came out with a Fortnite skin for it too, which I thought
they did, yeah. Aloy.
Yeah, because I remember him mentioning it today. But hey, she's on Fortnite. So random.
It really is. All right, I think that's all. Did you have anything that you had found that you wanted?
Good. Yep, sorry, you cut out on there for a second.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay. That's all the gaming news that I had found that I wanted to bring up. Is there anything that you had found that you wanted to discuss?
Honestly, I think you covered it all.
All right then.
Yeah, I think we hit everything on my list, and there's no real big Twitch news specifically right now. But
no, the only thing I can even think of with Twitch is that they mentioned like being able to ban people based on activity outside of Twitch. I think they came out and said like, they could. I forget what the exact wording was, but they would look at things like they are able to look at things like your Twitter and be like, well, if you're doing bad things there, then we could react to that on your Twitch account.
Yeah. I wonder if that applies to like Discord too. If you have someone in a Discord server that's being a butt, if it'll carry over to Twitch.
I think it's harder for Twitch because they would have to be able to see it.
Yeah.
And that's, Discord obviously isn't open to everybody. They have to be invited in and all that fun stuff. So Discord probably, if somebody...
That would be, just because that's where I see, I'm a moderator for a larger community, and I think Discord is where I see a lot of the things that would
really
probably be bannable.
Is it just like new people coming in and doing stupid stuff, or?
Yeah, they'll join a server and post the most ridiculous things, and then we have to report them to Discord. But a lot of times they have a Twitch account associated with their Discord, so yeah, where do they draw the line? That's a good question. I don't know.
Then I don't think anybody knows.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird concept, punishing from a different platform. That'll be interesting how they figure that out.
Yeah, I don't know to what extent they'll go through with that or not, but that's what they posted. Yeah. So the only issues I've ever had with Discord is I had to take my Discord. It used to be in my my panels. for anybody to just join. And then one time I had like 2 people join, and they instantly started posting like dismembered like body parts and stuff like this, like boom, boom, like 20 posts. And I was just like, all right, I got to take it out of there.
Yeah. Yeah. One of the Discord servers that I moderate, they find that person on Twitch and just come in and try to wreak havoc, and then often leave right after that. But they quite often have their Twitch accounts linked. So I wonder if we could send that to Twitch and be like, listen, these people are jerks. I don't know, but
maybe. All right. Well, that brings us to the wrap up. So anybody else, if you've got any other questions or comments, feel free to throw those into the chat. Otherwise, we're going to, like I said, start wrapping up here. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, Shanderson, for joining me tonight. It was fun to get to know you and to get to know about the cause for St. Jude and all that fun stuff. If you're live here on Twitch, go. I have the link here for Shanderson. This has her Twitch that you can go follow, and then as well as the link to the donate to the St. Jude, to her team, I guess is what it is.
That is awesome. Thank you.
Of course. If you're watching on YouTube, all the links that you'll need will be in the description below. Yeah, and if anybody is interested, let me see. I used to be able to do this. Oh, so that would mean Manderson won the gift sub to your channel. So there you go. And
maybe. How are you not following? I'll get him later. Don't worry.
Oh, that's no big deal. But wait, Twitch.
No, I feel like you definitely were
at some point in time, because I think he's rated me at least once in the past. So it's weird how Twitch will sometimes randomly unfollow. I don't know if it's because you like X amount of time without watching that person, or if it's just really random. I have no idea, but.
There's one person, speaking about Twitch and it being amazing, there's one person that I've had to follow 7 times now.
Oh my God. In what like span of time?
It was about a year time span, but every time I went in there, I had to follow again.
How did you know when they went live?
It was actually, I used to raid them a lot, and I just knew their schedule. So I would go in for a raid, and then the follow button would show up, and I'm like, really? I know I did this already. So Twitch likes to be twitchy sometimes.
All right. Well, again, thank you, everybody, for joining us here live on Twitch. We've got Manderson, who's won the gift sub. Is he not subbed to your channel?
He better be. I'm just kidding. I think he is.
If he is, then he can either tell me to give it to somebody random, or I'll hit him up on the next rollover.
Okay.
So
I'll figure it out. I appreciate it, though.
No, of course. Again, it's a thank you for taking the time, especially late on a Friday. You've got kids. I mean, I completely understand. Sleep is precious.
What is sleep? I don't sleep anymore. I did not sleep at all last night, so.
I usually say, what are naps? Because somebody's like, just take a nap. It's like, no, you can't take a nap.
What? Yeah, what do you mean? What is that?
Our 4-year-old right now, she goes to bed around 7, and probably about 10 times between 7 and 9, she'll get out of her room and come just talk every little excuse in the book to come out of her room. Yep. I need this pencil sharpened. I need a Band-Aid. I need the light turned off. It's just donate it to St. Jude. Yeah. I can do that too.
Does she need a Band-Aid because she got bit by a fish? Is that what it was?
That was one thing she had mentioned. Yeah. Well, she already had a Band-Aid. It's when she took it off, she's like, the fish bite doesn't hurt anymore. And it's just like, what? And then she sings the song. And we're like, oh. We didn't. Yeah. It's just ridiculous.
I love it.
I'm sure we could sit here talking to hours about our kids, but.
Yeah. Sorry. Kids are so precious. I love it.
They are. In fact, for anybody, there is the girls right there. They got the baby on one and then the big girl on the other.
Oh.
Sleeping away.
I was going to say, sleeping soundly. I love it.
But thank you again all for being here. Thank you, Shanderson, for taking the time to join me.
Of course. Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. So we will go. Actually, let me go ahead and do the wrap up before I do that. If you're here and watching, on YouTube, thank you for watching. There's more Tidus Talk episodes. You can go watch streamers like Simply Press Start, Tiggity, Hyrule Gaming Group, all Thor, Heck Yeah, a bunch of people, excellent people. You can catch those episodes on the YouTube. And yeah, that'll be it for this. We don't have anybody scheduled for next month yet, but hopefully we'll have somebody soon. And until next time, yeah, everybody, have a good month.